Our Vegas fantasy. It's not what you think. Hello. Did that sound like a slower version of the intro? Did that sound like a lethargic version of the intro?
And even your hello, you're like, hello.
Hello. Do you know why? You know why it's lethargic? Because it's week 11.
And it's cold out. And it's dark.
It is dark.
It's cold and dark.
It's November.
Ugh.
But it's getting late.
I know.
In football season.
That
Hello,
too.
I'm Kenny Davidsen.
And I'm Christina Shaw. Hi, everybody.
And this is another edition of Our Vegas Fantasy. It's week 11.
Hey, it's show number 13, and it's November 13th.
Hey!
Did you notice that?
I did not notice that.
It's my boyfriend's birthday. Happy birthday,
Happy
Sean.
birthday, Sean.
Yeah.
And we are what? Not 5/8 of the way through the season. We're almost up to the three-quarter pole.
I'm gonna
I'm
cry. Stuttering
already, and it's how tired I am. I think I'll sleep in January. This is what happens with 24 teams: is that you're cut by at least an hour a night.
How long does it take you to do waiver wire pickups?
I actually just did mine before I got here today, so I'm done for the day. Although I have to rethink a couple of things. But I already did all 24 leagues in 2 hours. It took me about 2 hours.
2 hours?
It took me about 2 hours. Yeah.
Man.
That's nothing. It doesn't bother me.
I guess.
Yeah. So, and I had my best week.
How did you do this week, Kenny?
18-6.
Wow. I think it was me. You know why? Because you didn't come over this week.
I did not come over this week.
I think I'm slewing bad luck.
Well, I went 15-9 last week and I came over. And I did come over Thursday and watched the Pittsburgh-Carolina game, and that, so I came over for one thing.
Yes.
But I'm on a good little roll right now.
Nice.
So yeah, I have my worst teams. I have no team worse than 4-6.
Wow.
And I have 6 teams at 4-6, and the rest are 5-5 and better. Now I have not lost a team yet. They're all live. But that's gonna probably change this week because
of Cooper Kupp.
Well, 3 of my 6 4-6 teams are underdogged by 20 points this week. So we will see.
Because of why?
Because they're just up against a better matchup. It's really, really, really hard to lose a player to injury. We know this. But I find it particularly hard to lose a top 15 wide receiver. And I've lost A.J. Green in 3 leagues, and I've lost Cooper Kupp in 3 leagues.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you do when you lose those guys, because you can't find a guy to replace that. Tyler Boyd's taken, and John Ross is not replacing A.J. Green.
Right.
So if you lose A.J. Green, you're screwed.
Yeah.
If you lose Joe Mixon, you could get Giovanni Bernard, and Giovanni Bernard could probably produce Joe Mixon numbers.
Right.
But if you lose a receiver, you're screwed. And so it's the same thing with Cooper Kupp. Is Josh Reynolds going to replace Cooper Kupp?
Who?
Right? Exactly. He's not going to replace Cooper Kupp. And not only that, some of his targets might go to Gerald Everett. Some of it might go to Tyler Higbee. You don't know. That's the problem. So in those teams, I got some issues, and I don't know what to do with that. But we'll talk about it. And how are you doing?
I didn't do so hot this week. I went 1-3, and I was really hoping to win our New York League, and all week Kenny is like, you're going to get it, and I didn't because Brady crapped the bed.
This league in New York has a very quarterback-structured scoring system.
And that's why I drafted
a
top-tier quarterback.
And that's why I drafted Breeze. I just got a little luckier with Breeze because Breeze is on a better team. Brady. It's weird. What a weird year Brady's having. I don't even know what to say about it. Look, he is 41. Sooner or later, this was going to happen, but I didn't expect this.
Well, he said he wants to play till 2022. So.
And he doesn't look like he's bad. I don't know if
it's the receiving core.
Yeah. The one guy on that team that's no longer what he was is Gronk.
Gronk, right.
And I think it's hurting them. We say that they're foolproof and there's nothing that can hurt them. I think it hurts. I think they're finally showing rust.
Yeah. They're on the down spiral.
And now, with Kansas City winning, we can just make a football comment. The AFC Championship is looking like it's going through Kansas City this year. New England's going to have to get to the Super Bowl on the road, which is going to be really interesting. And they're going to have to play in Pittsburgh soon, which is going to be an interesting game. So some fantasy highs. And now, Mitchell Trubisky has made this list a few times this year. what a year he's having. We talked about, you talk about drafting a quarterback, but Mitchell Trubisky and Patrick Mahomes are proof that you don't need to draft a quarterback early because look at the years that these guys are having. So, right?
He hasn't had that great of a year. He's only had 4 300-yard touchdown or 300-yard games this year.
Yeah, he's top 10 in quarterback production. Though.
Yeah.
He's having an outstanding, good enough year that he's worth it. And he had a great year, great week. 3 touchdowns. What do you have? No interceptions?
No interceptions, 355 yards.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Pretty good.
And Mahomes obviously just still does what he does.
Yeah.
How about 5 running backs this week scored 30 points? Now, the 3 that we expect on the list, Zeke finally did it. David Johnson finally did it. Finally.
Yeah.
And Christian McCaffrey, who hasn't been doing touchdowns. He had a big touchdown week against Pittsburgh.
Again.
He's the only thing that showed up against Pittsburgh this week.
This week and last week. He had a great game last week, too.
But the 2 either late draft picks or waiver wire guys are more like late draft picks. Nick Chubb.
Yep. They on all of these guys, too. And also
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, yep.
Mm-hmm. So here you go. And now what do you expect from Nick Chubb and Aaron Jones going forward?
There's no more questioning Chubb, I'll tell you that much.
No way.
He's legit.
He's legit. And if you picked up Nick Chubb in week 8 when Carlos Hyde was traded, or if you had him stashed on a couple of teams or whatever it is,
Bravo.
You're bravo. He was the guy.
And Aaron Jones is going to be the featured back now going forward.
Well, hopefully. I mean, Mike McCarthy, I think, has lost a step. So let's hope he stays with Aaron Jones.
You know who's not on this list? Gurley. He had a good game.
He had a good game, but he did not make the 30-point list. How about that?
He did not make the 30-point list.
Yeah, he's allowed.
Yeah, he's allowed. He still did like 26 points or 24 or something. But all of these running backs, Zeke, Johnson, McCaffrey, Chubb, and Jones, they all had their best game of the year.
Absolutely.
Every one of them.
David Johnson's very encouraging because he's not done it all year. But he's back.
It's so sad if you think about all the running backs that we drafted so early that have done very poorly.
I mean, they're not killing you, but they're not doing what we wanted them to do.
Right. Minus
Gurley sure
Minus
is.
Gurley.
Kamara sure is.
Barkley.
Obviously, Barkley sure is.
Right.
Obviously, Le'Veon Bell.
What's the news? Latest news on Le'Veon
Le'Veon Bell is sitting out 2018.
Yeah.
He has foregone $14.5 million dollars for hopes of a long-term deal. Now I'm on the other side of this argument with everybody. I think Bell made a very good move.
Really?
Yes, because somebody's going to pay him.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get what he wants. The Oakland Raiders have cap space, and they're stupid. The New York Jets have cap space. They're stupid.
Well, they need it.
The Indianapolis Colts have cap space. They're stupid. All 3 teams could use a running back. We didn't even talk about the Bucs. I don't know if they have the cap space, but now the Bucs might be a better move because they could actually use a running back, and they have a great offense as it is. The other 3 teams, it would make no sense because they're not great teams.
Bucs are stupid though.
And the Bucs are stupid. So there you go.
Coming from a Bucs fan.
Coming from our Bucs fan, Cam Bulkey. But that's what it's going to take. He's looking for a 5-year deal at $20 million a year, $100 million contract. He's going to get it.
And how much did the Steelers want to pay him?
The Steelers were going to use him. This is what's going to happen. They were going to give him the franchise tag. He was going to get $14.5 million this year, and they were probably going to let him walk. And that's what Bell knew, because they weren't going to pay him a long-term deal. I don't think they were going to give him 5 years at $20 million a year. They have James Conner. They knew they had James Conner. I don't think they were going to do it. So I think Bell knew this, and that's why Bell did what he did. He says, "All right, well, you're going to use me. Screw you. I'm not going to let this happen. I'm going to walk." So he knows it. Now, they can keep him next year under a franchise tag, but they'd have to pay him $25 million next year. There's no chance that they're going to do that. So they're going to let him walk. And he'll get a deal. I'd be really shocked if somebody out there does not give him 4 years, $25 million a year, because he is Le'Veon Bell.
Right.
So I think this gamble paid off for him.
Now, when will we hear about this deal?
Yeah, I mean, March, April.
Okay,
like
so
that.
this will be next year. This won't be now.
No.
They can't until the end of the season.
This is the last you will hear of Le'Veon Bell until after the Super Bowl. Oh, I wish I had that effect. Do I have Oz on this keyboard?
Kenny, I already did that.
Mine's better.
Oh. Ouch. Yours is more official. Fine.
Exactly. I have a contraption for these things. Could save the trouble.
I don't have a 4-part harmony
Yeah.
for my voice alone. Sorry.
Good grief.
Well, I'm pretty happy we don't have to talk about LeVeon Bell.
Yeah, this is it. We're done. It's James Conner time. So
it's Conner time.
Now, who else did great this week?
Can't touch Conner.
Was that Conner time?
Yeah, it's Conner time.
It's Conner time.
Okay, sorry.
Who else had a good week? Leonard Fournette. He's back.
He's alive.
He's back. Yay!
Thank
My 3
goodness.
Leonard Fournette teams, one of which lost this week, but the other 2 won.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's all right. Yeah.
53 yards, a touchdown, and he caught 5 passes for 56 yards and a touchdown.
He didn't look great, but he got it done. And that offense, that team, that was their chance. They're done this year.
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars are not a thing.
They're dead. Leonard Fournette is alive.
Leonard Fournette is very alive.
I'm glad.
But you better hold on to Yeldon because he's still Fournette and he still can, he's made of paper glass or whatever you want to call that. So, and I had to put one of these guys on here just to make you feel better because your team lost. But Zach Ertz had a week.
Sure did.
Holy cow. Zach Ertz had a week.
He set a season high in receptions, targets, yards, and touchdowns.
Yep.
It's amazing. Mm-hmm. Zach Ertz, man. He's my man. I picked him up in 2 leagues. I'm so glad I spent the high waiver pick. Or not waiver pick. The high
draft pick.
Yeah,
absolutely.
On him.
Good for you.
Too bad they lost.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think about the Eagles going forward now? You worried?
That was
4-5.
That was. Here's the thing: the division is so bad that we still kind of have a shot.
Yes.
But that was sad.
That was sad.
We needed to win that.
Darby out for the year, so your corner's out. Top 3 corners out, and they're going to New Orleans this weekend.
Yeah.
This is not a good situation.
I know. It's not where we want to be right now.
That was not good. Yeah.
What are you going to do?
What you going to do? And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to find out who crapped the bed. Did you crap the bed? Did I crap the bed? Did Gronk leave the bed? We all want to know who crapped the bed. Crap the bed! All on the glissando.
Did Gronk? Yeah, Gronk didn't get out of bed. No, he got out of bed. He just didn't.
No, he didn't play.
He didn't play.
He didn't get out of bed.
He traveled with the team, though.
It's true. No, you're right.
So he
traveled
got
with the team.
out of bed.
He got out of bed, and then he went to the hotel room and he stayed.
Got back into bed.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh
yes.
gosh. Who crapped the bed, Kenny?
Who crapped the bed? Tom Brady crapped the bed.
I know Tom Brady crapped the bed. They have a much needed bye. Maybe he needs some rest. Maybe his 41-year-old body is tired. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking of his little down spiral of crappy games.
Tennessee's better than we think, too. And now Mariota's healthy, and they're playing a lot better. They went into Dallas and won the week before. They beat New England this week. Tennessee is not to be. You got to take them seriously now. After the first half of the year when they were a mess because Mariota couldn't throw the ball.
Yep.
You better take Tennessee seriously now. And as long as we stay on the Patriots for 1 sec before we go to Green Bay, James White crapped the bed. First crapping the bed of the year for James White.
It's his first bad game.
Yeah. You could put Sony Michel on that list. Sony Michel was even worse than James White was. But you know what? That's just a New England crapping the bed performance. Other than Edelman, that entire team sunk. Gordon didn't do much. In a good matchup, he didn't do much. They were beat.
The Titans did a great job containing him.
Yep.
I mean, that's all what it comes down to. So good for them. Good for the Titans.
But here's the thing. You drafted Brady early, and he doesn't perform. You're screwed.
You want to know James White's numbers for the game?
Yeah, what did he do this week?
-5 yards on his only carry.
Oh, wow.
But he did catch 5 passes for 31 yards.
But he had a carry for -5, and that's his only.
That's it.
Wow.
His only carry lost 5 yards on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were a mess.
Good numbers right there.
Yeah. And Aaron Rodgers, he crapped the bed for Aaron Rodgers standards. It wasn't terrible, but he's not doing what you drafted him for. Like, he's not an early pick this year.
He's only passed for over 300 games.
300
oh my
yards,
gosh. Let me try it again.
That's all right.
He only passed for over 300 yards in only 2 games. 2 games.
You know, part of it is that Jimmy Graham's not what he is anymore.
Yeah.
They're down all these receivers. Cobb is done.
Yeah.
Cobb's done. Allison's hurt. Valdez-Scantling looks very good, and Adams is a stud.
Right.
And Aaron Jones looks good, but, they don't have a lot of weapons. And also...
He's hurt.
But you know what it is? They don't... With all these, advanced offenses, like you have with the Rams and the Chiefs and the Saints and all these innovative play callers... Green Bay, it's just the same thing over and over again. It's hard to look at Green Bay and actually see them as not a great offense, but they're not a great offense.
Times are changing.
They really are.
They really are.
They need a new coach. They need a guru in there. They need a guy who actually schemes. Because Mike McCarthy doesn't scheme.
Like Doug Peterson.
Yeah. This is not just who crapped the bed. This is who died. I don't even want to use this word. Jordan Howard is done.
We all knew his hot streak was going to end eventually.
Well, because he's a touchdown-dependent player now. That team is Tariq Cohen. He's the back. And in this offense, in the Matt Nagy offense.
I hate to admit it, yeah.
Yeah.
He had a great matchup this week, though. We thought, he's going to be great. Put him in.
He did nothing. Because if he doesn't score a touchdown, he doesn't get you nothing. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Lowest rushing yardage total of the season.
Yeah, not
womp,
good.
Womp, womp, womp.
Not good. And I don't know what you do with him. I have a start-sit question involving him in just a minute. And when we get to our
I feel like every week we have a start-sit question with Jordan.
Yeah, well, he's a legit start-sit guy.
Yeah.
You really got to find out who are you starting him over and who are you sitting him under. So there you go. And we just mentioned Jimmy Graham. He crapped the bed.
Yeah.
He's week to week.
He has a bad matchup with the Seahawks this week, so maybe even sit him.
You might. Now, what the hell do we do with... Here's one that I did not expect to put on this list, but he really belongs here. He's been very frustrating. Jarvis Landry. What the hell you do with Jarvis Landry?
Mayfield is targeting him less and less and less and less.
How is that?
Who else are they throwing to? Nobody, actually.
Well, they didn't throw the ball a lot this week.
Exactly.
And they killed Atlanta. They threw the ball at Chubb.
Yeah.
And Chubb was great.
Right.
Now, new offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
They completely fired everybody there, as they deserve to. And they looked pretty good against Atlanta this week, And they're going to Cincinnati when they get off the bye after week 11. And Cincinnati's a team that's going south.
Yeah.
So you never know. Cleveland might win a few games. Mayfield's starting to look better.
Only 12 targets in the last 2 games.
Yeah, look, then Njoku didn't do much either.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you go with them.
At least he's catching balls. He might not be getting much yardage, but he's better in PP. If you're going to start him, only start him in PPR leagues.
Yeah, but even in your PPR leagues, he's not doing much. He's just not doing much. This is a guy I didn't expect. I thought better of him this week. I don't know what to do with him now. Golden Tate.
I was thinking the same thing. Kenny was texting me, where is Golden Tate? Where is he?
I needed him, and he
I know, I needed
killed me.
I played him in one league. I sat him in another just in case. But I'm thinking maybe he didn't learn all the plays. Doug Peterson was saying he wasn't comfortable using him in the up-tempo offense that they had to revert to because they were behind most of the game. He only played 18 of 62 snaps.
That is disturbing.
Right. And is he really going to learn that much more in one more week? He had 2 weeks to learn what he needed to learn. Now it's 1 week until this game coming up on Sunday.
And here's the thing. It's a golden matchup. I had no pun intended against the Saints.
Brooms.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to play him. I want to play him so badly, and I don't know if I can. I don't know what to do.
How many times you have him?
Well, the one league that's 4 and 6. We're gonna get to my start sit decision that killed me in this league. Now, here's the league. This is one of my AJ Green leagues that I lost. Right? So I had to start Tate. I had Edelman, who did well. I have Baldwin in that league. I just traded AJ Green for T.Y. Hilton. Just did it. I can't believe somebody gave me T.Y. Hilton for AJ Green. I could not. I was like, thank you. I'll take him. So now I can start T.Y. over him. But now I have a big start to sit decision, and I have Cortland Sutton in that league. So am I playing Tate over any of those 3? Would you play Tate over Sutton, Baldwin, or T.Y.? Not T.Y. for sure.
No, I wouldn't.
No.
Not this week. I feel like
but
you
it's
just
the
need...
Saints.
I know, but Maybe cinnamon. Do you have them more than once?
There's another league I have where I have way better options. I have Cooks and I have Brandon Cooks and
I was
Julio
gonna say
Jones.
maybe
That's not even an issue.
Maybe play him in one and cinnamon another, and so you'd be happy either way.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what I do with Jordan Howard because you're just like, well, do I? It's such a coin toss. You think, well, why don't I play him in one and cinnamon in the other? And if he does good, great. If he does bad, well, great, I sat him.
Right.
But I don't really know if I feel comfortable play if I don't have any other options. That's the other thing too. If I have no options because of Cooper Kupp going down, maybe I'm gonna have to play him this week because of Kupp.
And the other thing with Tate is that, I dropped Aguilar in the one league I still had him in. I drafted Aguilar a lot this year, and Aguilar I've been cutting him left and right. And I had him in one more league, and I dropped him. Aguilar's all over the field this week.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing Aguilar over Tate. They play Jordan Matthews over Tate. Jordan Matthews. Who has Jordan Matthews on your roster?
Kenny's getting pissed when his voice goes up.
The voice is going up. Voice is going up. There it is. Who has Jordan Matthews? It's like my fake Seinfeld.
Well, it's the same.
What's the deal with Jordan Matthews? What's the deal with Golden Tate? There is no pick. No pick. That's a Seinfeld.
That was good.
For you.
That was good.
Right?
It's the same with their running back situation. You just don't know what they're doing. Yeah. They're all over the place. Smallwood wasn't even on the field.
No, Josh Adams was. Yeah. You can't trust anybody. The one guy you can trust on that offense, Zach Ertz.
And Carson Wentz.
And, well, obviously. Yeah, but Zach Ertz, man. So,
beast.
Let's get to the waiver wire. This is an odd week for the waiver wire because there's no sure thing on waivers. There's guys that look very promising, but it's not a sure thing. Now, here's the first guy we're going to talk about. We're going to go to Seattle. So, I was imploring people, go get Mike Davis. And Mike Davis had a good week. But so did Rashad Penny. The guy who was looking at it to be a complete bust, he broke out in a huge way.
Yeah.
But on top of all that, Chris Carson practiced fully.
Yep.
They're playing Thursday night home against Green Bay.
Yep.
Not a good spot for Green Bay, by the way. You don't want to play a game in Seattle on primetime on a Thursday night game. That's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
Chris Carson is now off the injury report, which means he's playing on Thursday. And Chris Carson's the starting back. So now you got three guys on the Seattle backfield. You got Carson, you got Mike Davis, you got Rashad Penny. Are you spending waiver capital on Rashad Penny?
No.
You're not?
Mm-mm. If Carson was still out, maybe, but I feel like it's one of those backfields where they're just going to keep. One week it's going to be Penny, the next week it's going to be Davis. If Carson is out,
but Carson is an injury risk waiting to happen.
Yeah, but if he's playing, they're not going to not play him.
Probably not. They're probably going to play him.
He's the best running back on that team.
Probably. Penny, though, they spent a first-round pick on. Which
for
means
the future.
Something. Yeah, but that means something, though. I mean, you don't sit first-round picks. That's kind of an organization thing. Like, unless you think he's a disaster. But I agree with you. Carson's going to play. So I don't know. Yeah, do you spend your waiver priority on Rashad Penny?
No. We were just talking about it yesterday, and you were real high on Penny. But was that before you figured out Carson was?
Well, yeah, we didn't know if Carson was going to play. When I heard Carson was going to play, that changes everything.
Right.
It changes literally everything. It's like, do you spend waiver priority on a stash? Now, look, had you spent waiver priority on Nick Chubb, you know what? Today you'd be rolling in it. You'd be doing well. That's the thing. You do need these guys, and Penny could emerge.
Or Davis could emerge.
But Davis can emerge, too. And Davis has emerged. Davis has proven to be pretty good, pretty productive.
In my PPR, I got 17 points out of him.
Yeah. I think it's need-based. I think if you need a running back, I think you go use it. Go get him. If you don't need it, then don't save your priority. But, I mean, there are teams that you need a running back. I mean, I have a team. I'm desperate for a running back. I'm going to go try to get him.
So who do you have? Chris Carson.
Right, exactly. I was just.
If you have Chris Carson, you got to get him. But now, if you have Chris Carson, I have one league. I have Chris Carson, Mike Davis, and Rashad Penny. I have all three of them. Well, I play Carson. But I have all three. The question is, do you get Penny on the teams that you have Carson? I have another team I have Carson. Do I go get Penny in that league?
So you're gonna stash all three of them?
No. It's a tough decision.
And then are you gonna drop Davis?
No.
To get Penny?
No.
Right.
But you're at a point in this year now where your bench can you can drop players on your bench now. Like there are
Because
players
it's after the buys.
Yeah, well, we're getting to the end of the buys, and we're getting to the point where now it's just about your starting lineup. You just want your best starting lineup out there.
But out of those three, you don't know who the best starter is going to be.
No, I do think now that if Carson gets hurt, I think Penny's going to become the guy. I do believe that because he's a first-round pick, because he's better than Davis. He's just a better player. You can already see it. You can just look at the eye test. You watch the game this week. You see he's better than Davis is.
Yeah.
Davis is kind of just a guy, But it's a tough decision here. You have to really think about that. Anthony Miller is emerging in Chicago. I don't know how much I trust that passing game. We were just talking about Trubisky.
Right.
And Allen Robinson had a week. We didn't even talk
Yeah.
about him as one of the great fantasy ads of the week. Anthony Miller, what are you doing with him? Are you adding him?
His
trust
only decent games were with Allen Robinson when Allen Robinson was out.
Oh, he had a big game this week. And
Well,
Allen Robinson
because
played.
Trubisky blew up.
Mm-hmm.
He has a nice divisional matchup versus the Vikings this week. That should be fun to watch. But I think it was a fluke. I don't know. I'm not a huge Anthony Miller fan.
Okay.
Anthony Miller sounds like a guy I dated in high school.
Oh, yeah?
Anthony Miller.
Anthony Miller? Dated
With
in
a
high
heart.
school?
Anthony Miller and Christina Shaw.
Wow.
That's what it sounds like.
Really?
Yeah.
And that didn't turn out so well. No wonder you have a bias with him. Yeah. I'm not picking up a player with the same name of a guy I dated in high school.
No.
Hell no.
At
least I don't have that problem. There are no female football players.
It sounds like somebody I would have dated, an Anthony Miller.
Now I'm going through all the names I've dated in the press. I'm like, I wonder if they could be sports athletes. What I picked, interesting.
Probably.
Yeah. What I picked them up in waivers.
Penny?
Yeah.
Did you date a Penny?
I don't know. It's funny. I don't know if I would date a girl with the same first name as my ex-wife.
Really?
That'd be a little weird, wouldn't it? Right?
Coming from
Just
you're,
from
you're
life.
saying that to the person who dated two Seans in a row.
This is true. Interesting. Very interesting.
Spelled the exact
you
same
didn't
way.
marry the first one.
This is true.
So, yes. So
Anyway, back to
football.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, we strayed. It is our Vegas fantasy after all. So,
Hey.
Are
you picking up?
I am picking up Anthony Miller. It's need based. We're at a point now where waiver wire is need based. There isn't a guy that's gonna blow up and be a league winner out of the guys we're gonna talk about. But I got a league where I'm desperate for a wide receiver. In my AJ Green leagues, I'm picking up Anthony Miller. In my Cooper Kupp leagues, I'm picking up Anthony Miller. I need a guy. It's as simple as that. I need a guy who can possibly emerge as a top 25 option. I don't think Anthony Miller has that type of upside in this offense, but he may have weeks where he does, like this one, where he had a good week. So I'd say go get him in that situation.
But that leads us to our next one, Josh Reynolds. I'd rather Josh Reynolds over Anthony Miller.
But Josh Reynolds, in the 2 games that Kupp was out, he had 1 game where he had 42 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he has not gone over 40 yards. That's my fear with Josh Reynolds.
The last game Kupp missed, he recorded 4 receptions, 61 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
There's 61 yards in that game?
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That was the last game Kupp missed. I like his potential, especially with Kupp out. I mean, with Miller, he's not replacing anyone. He just emerged this week.
I don't know. Reynolds is the 4th option on the LA Rams.
Not anymore. Not with Kupp out.
Well, he'll be 4th. It'll be Cooks, Woods, and Gurley. Because Gurley catches passes too. And then Reynolds is 4. But it's the Rams. And
it's
the Rams,
right, exactly.
Yeah, and the Rams are a high tempo
I
offense.
trust the Rams more than I trust the Bears.
No, that's a good point too. So
I'd rather Reynolds
You're going Reynolds over Miller.
over Miller to replace Kupp, especially to replace
I go
Kupp.
Miller because Miller's more talented than Reynolds for sure. Like Miller's like talented. Reynolds is a kind of a guy.
Yeah.
So, but
how much time have we really seen Josh Reynolds play?
no, not much. I
Right.
mean, well, he's gonna play now.
Right. So
Now we know.
I don't
gonna play now.
have anything to go off of really,
That's true.
minus that game.
And it's after midnight.
Oh.
All our waiver pickups have been made, but there are a few guys possibly sitting on the waiver wire.
Ooh. Oh.
Wow, what is that? There we go. I was wondering. I was like, we're going all Bjork on here. But it's after midnight, and you're just looking for a guy that's gonna stay with you. That's gonna help you out and make you happy.
Cuddle a little bit.
Cuddle a little bit after midnight. And what's better to cuddle with than a tight end, really? And that tight end is living in Denver. Mile high, 55,000 feet up in the air. His name is Jeff Hireman.
Who?
Spelled Hireman, but pronounced Hireman. He's Hireman.
And he's on this week's edition.
He's on the After Midnight specials. After midnight, you can go get Jeff Hireman probably because he may not get picked up. And he might help you at your vacant tight end position. Will he stay with you in the morning?
Will he be there in the morning?
Will he be there in the morning? I think he will.
He probably will.
I think he'd stay with you.
Yeah.
Because, they traded Demaryius Thomas. So I say Jeff Hireman, After Midnight.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
I do. I think Jeff Hireman's a guy, some people are going to pick him up. Like in deep leagues, they're going to get picked up. But I think in shallower leagues or leagues where there's plenty of people eliminated and not interested anymore, I think he'll emerge.
And Kittle is on bye this week?
Kittle's on bye.
So,
Kittle
Kittle
owners. There are a few
owners.
people on bye this week. I mean, Gronk's on bye. Not that
Not that it matters.
But Kittle's on bye. I mean, it's week 11. There's six bye teams this week. So
Speaking of Kittle or Gronk not playing,
yeah.
and I tried to take a chance on Vernon Davis and it didn't work.
Ooh.
Well, they were playing Tampa Bay.
But he's behind Jordan Reed. You just never know which tight end's gonna get played that week.
All the
It's same thing.
experts.
You could say that. You could say the same thing in Tampa because O.J. Howard didn't do anything this week. But Braid's completely dead.
Yeah.
So you
I
can't
made that
say they're
mistake
them.
1 week too.
Yeah.
Until Jameis comes back.
Until Jameis comes back, which
Yeah.
he might come back, and he might come back.
Vernon Davis had an 80-yard touchdown that Alex Smith missed him to.
Yeah. So there's the thing. Like
I remember.
Yes.
Wide open.
Don't remind me.
Wide open.
Don't
There you go.
remind me, Ken.
Like even open in the Bucs defense.
Wow.
That's open.
Not only that, I mean, you play tight ends against the Bucs, and
It didn't work.
I mean,
out
Reed
for
didn't
me.
do much either. So it's interesting.
I have another after midnight.
Oh yeah? Who's this? Who's gonna stay with you here after midnight?
John Ross,
John Ross.
wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Cincinnati Bengals former first round pick, John Ross. Because you'd love to have a wide receiver after midnight.
Never know.
Maybe with a tight end.
Oh, I got another one. One more.
Oh, wait a minute. It's two. Wow, we're having an orgy here?
Another
after
one.
midnight?
Yes, we are.
Holy cow. Christina. I'm learning about you tonight. The kinky side of Christina show.
Bruce Ellington.
Bruce. Ooh. Wow.
Oh, whoa! You stopped.
The music stopped from Bruce Ellington. Holy cow.
You stopped the music.
I stopped the music because I don't even know what team he's playing for now. Bruce Ellington. What team's he
Detroit, wide receiver
Oh,
for Detroit.
wow. Did he do anything this week?
I don't know.
But you thought you were picking him up because he's playing for Detroit. Wow.
I don't know. Just a after midnight special.
See, I'm just feeling Motown when you play Detroit. That's my Motown, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
nice.
Yeah, that's what you do, Motown on a keyboard. So Bruce Ellington,
I don't know.
after midnight. This is nice. Well, it's going. Yeah. I'll take it.
They're my after
So
midnight.
yeah,
picks.
we have a lot of. So there's a lot to do after midnight this week if you're looking for something to do. So news and injuries. We mentioned Le'Veon. We're done with that. That's it. No more.
Yes, high five, Kenny.
Timing. There you
Yes.
go. There's your timing for you. AJ Green out probably again this week. Adam Schefter says early December. So we're looking at 3-week absence for AJ Green.
3 games.
And it's indefinite. It's still, we don't really know. That ain't good.
And you have to hold on to him. Obviously,
Oh,
you
of course.
can't
Well, I
drop
just
him.
traded him for a TY. So I got him still in 2 more leagues. But yeah, what do you do?
You just got to hold on to him and pray.
Yep. He's killing those teams too. Like that is a killer loss. That's a loss you cannot replace.
I love picking AJ Green, and I didn't pick him this year. I did not pick him. And not saying I'm glad I didn't, but that's sad. I feel bad for AJ
He
Green.
fell to the second round, and I loved it. I was like, oh, yeah, get AJ Green. I was so happy. And he was great.
Yeah.
He had great first half of the year,
Right.
and then he just shows up on the injury with a toe injury. And well, there you go. And Marvin Jones got banged up. We haven't heard anything today. It's Tuesday. We're going to, I'm sure, start hearing stuff tomorrow.
Got a bone bruise in his knee.
Yeah. And now, look, the Detroit, and this is why Bruce Ellington's on your After Midnight specials.
No Golden Tate anymore.
Yeah, no Golden Tate. There's a narrative that goes with the fantasy circles about they trade their number one wide receiver and all of a sudden the second guy is going to be better. He's not going to be better. He's going to be worse because he's going to have to face the top corner. He's going to get double teamed. You know, Galladay finally got going a little bit, but the first week he was terrible. Mm-hmm. You know, you trade your top receiver. I mean, Oakland traded their top receiver, Amari Cooper. Not that he's any good, but he's been better as a Cowboy. Yeah. For sure. Mm-hmm. But has Jordy Nelson done anything? No. He's done nothing.
Nope.
You know? Nothing at all. So
it's going to be I feel like it's just going to be frustrating with Marvin Jones because he's considered day by day, and it's going to be one of those things where it's like, do you play him or not?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
retiring.
Who's retiring?
Jordy Nelson.
Is Jordy Nelson retiring? Is they saying he's retiring today? Well, I mean, sooner or later, he might as well. You know, I mean, I think he retired already, frankly.
We can bury him next week.
Well, we buried him once prematurely, and then he went off. Huh?
They have backed off this report.
Oh, they backed off a report. Well, you know, he's fine. And you know what? In my opinion, he's already retired, so that's enough for me with Jordy Nelson.
Marvin Jones also doesn't play well through injuries.
No.
So that doesn't.
And they're playing Carolina, which is that's no joke.
Right.
That could be a disastrous game for the Detroit
Go
Lions.
Kenny Galladay.
Oh yeah, better do something. And now, are you fucking kidding me?
Kenny!
What's time?
Oh jeez.
This is more for you than me. I had a good week, so I don't.
You don't
really
have one?
No, not really.
I'm leaving.
You know, this is the first week where everything kind of went to form, except for one league, which I'll get to. This is not an are you thinking kidding me?
I'm rolling my eyes.
But you have one. What's yours? Go for it.
In 3 out of the 4 leagues that I'm in, I have the second highest points against.
That's bad.
Are you f***ing kidding me?
That's bad.
In 3 out of 4 leagues?
Yeah. That's not good.
I've had the worst fantasy football luck this year.
That's bad.
That's all I can attest it to.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's bad.
And Tom Brady too, but whatever.
Yeah. You know, we talked luck versus skill, but there are times you're just unlucky. And if you have a schedule like this and you're up against it every single week.
In 3 out of 4 leagues.
3 out of 4 leagues. What's your other league?
The other one, I think the only one that I don't have the most points against is my ESPN. And the funny thing is I am 3 and...
You're 3 and 6.
6.
Yeah.
But everybody above me is 4 and 5. And it's literally 5 teams above me that are 4 and 5.
So you got a shot
so
still. You're not dead.
So I'm not completely dead.
So here's the thing. You're not dead in out of your 4 leagues. You're dead in 1 league.
Yeah.
Out of the 4 leagues you're in, you're not dead in Lissa's league. Right? And you're not dead in New York. You're pretty close to dead, but you're not dead in New York.
I should have won this week. Tom Brady wouldn't have.
Wait a minute. Wait. Are you 3 and 6 in ESPN? 3 and 7. We went through 10 weeks here, so it's 10 weeks. Are you 3 and 7 or are you 3 and 6, or 4 and 6?
No, I'm not 4 and 6.
So you're 3 and 7.
I'm 3 and 7.
All right, you're almost dead. Because 6 and 7 can get you in weird circumstance. 6 and 7 can get you in. Wait a minute. It's a 10-team league.
It's a 10-team.
And it's 6 teams getting the playoffs, right? Oh, then 6 and 7 will get you in.
Right.
And the same thing with Lissa's league. That's a 10-team league, and 6 and 7 will get you in. So you can get in both those leagues.
Right. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams above me are 4 and 6. 5 teams above me.
Which means you have a shot.
Right.
You're alive.
So 2 wins, and I could be above. I could be in 5th place.
So how are you going to get those wins?
I don't know.
That's why you're on this show.
Not by playing Jordan Howard.
No, that's not going to do
That's my league with Jordan Howard and Dion Lewis that I toy with every week.
You got to play Dion Lewis this week. You've got to play him this week in Indianapolis. You got to play him. Yeah.
So I'll sit Howard.
Oh, yeah.
This is my league.
I'm playing Lewis over Howard every week.
I have Ertz and Kittle because somebody had Kittle on.
And you can play them both?
On waiver. I've been playing them both every week. I've been playing Kittle in my flex.
Did you pick Kittle up?
Off a waiver.
Oh, man.
I don't remember when it was, but I was like,
so you got 2. You literally have 2 of the 3 top 10 ends in football.
Yeah.
That's great.
So for my flex this week, I'm going to play MVS
There you go.
because he's on my bench.
Yeah. So you have a shot.
I scored 154 points in this league this week. Pretty good. Pretty
and you played Dion Lewis over Jordan Howard.
Yep.
Who's your quarterback?
Luck.
No, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing Tennessee. That team's got a shot.
Yep.
You're alive. So you have 2 leagues. You're alive. Don't give up.
I'm
Never
not.
give up. Don't give up.
Thanks, Kenny.
That's it. How about now? This is not. Are you blinking kidding me? But the Kenny Davidsen overthought of the week, which might as well be. It's Saturday, so Saturday is my day.
It's Saturday
Yeah, right?
night.
Yeah. Well, before I go to work Saturdays, I'm spending my time doing my final leagues. I'm going through all my leagues and making my decisions. And I literally agonized over this one for 15 minutes.
Whoa.
I don't have 15 minutes.
15
No, this is long.
minutes.
It's long to do one decision. It was Austin Hooper or Jack Doyle. And I'm looking at Austin Hooper versus Cleveland or Jack Doyle versus Jacksonville. Matchup is better for Hooper, but Doyle is the guy in Indianapolis, so I thought. And I had Hooper in all week, and I'm like, all right, I switched it to Doyle, and then I went back to Hooper, and then I switched it back to Doyle, and then I switched it back to Hooper. I'm not kidding. And then I finally, my last click, I'm like, all right, Doyle. And I lost by 10 points.
Because of it?
Because Hooper outscored Doyle by over 10. I'd win. If I play Hooper, I win. Yeah, I lost that league.
It's such a coin toss.
It is a coin toss.
You can't,
yeah.
you can't get too upset about stuff
Well,
like that.
I can. And not only that, Ebron scored 3 touchdowns. Not Doyle. Ebron.
Yeah.
Who's not playing. Like, he's on the field for 25% of the snaps. The voice is going up. Here it is. No pick. No pick. Right? And Ebron scored 3 touchdowns.
Oh, my man, your face is getting red, too.
I couldn't believe that. And Doyle got tackled at the 1 yard line.
Yes, I did.
Ugh.
We did see
And
that.
Hooper was great.
Yeah. What are you going to do, Kenny?
Well, I'm going to go to 4 and 6 and
Pray.
be in deep, deep, deep trouble. So there you go. Are you fucking kidding me?
Whoa.
Right,
there.
that's what it
So you did
is.
have
Might
it.
as well. Yeah, I mean, I put that under the overthought of the week, but it's the same
Same.
thing. So, all right, Christina.
Whoa, I like that. It's Wednesday night. Who should you choose? Make the right choice so you win, not lose. Start or sit, start or sit, start or sit. Yow!
I went down this time. So,
That had some flair in it this week, Kenny.
What you got?
All right. This is from Eric from Las Vegas. Making this huge deal. Right?
Eric
All
from
right.
Las Vegas.
Eric from Las Vegas
Vegas.
has a question for us.
All right.
Barber or Greg Olsen in his flex?
Ooh, brother.
Tampa Bay.
How do you flex it? How do you flex a tight end over a running back? Tight ends are so iffy.
But if it's a PPR.
Yeah. Wow.
Tampa Bay has given Barber double-digit carries in 5 straight games.
And here's the thing, because I have a start sit right after that with Peyton Barber. Tampa Bay is playing the New York Giants. I would start a 55-year-old running back against the New York Giants. Did you see what Brady did to them last night?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what Adrian Peterson did to them a couple weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
You'd start anybody against the Giants right now. I am looking for a reason to start Peyton Barber this week.
But against the Tampa Bay, who has the worst run blocking line in the league.
Tampa Bay they don't run the ball well, but you know
Right.
what? They might run the ball well this week because it's the Giants. The Giants can't stop anybody. Boy, I want Barber in my lineups this week. I know that's crazy, but I want him in my lineup this week. I just do.
Over Greg Olsen?
Man.
Greg Olsen is the number 4 tight end in receptions and the number 2 tight end in receiving.
Oh, brother.
Just throwing it out there.
And they're playing Detroit.
I'm going Greg Olsen, Eric.
Yeah, I'll go Olsen. I don't love it, though. I don't love it.
Fine.
I don't love putting tight ends in my flex.
Hey, I got Kittle in my
Kittle's
flex.
different. Kittle is legit.
Yeah.
Olsen's a little more hit and miss. But yeah, I mean, Olsen is, I mean, look, as much as I'm saying play Barber this week, Tampa still has issues there. We
It's
know
still
this.
Tampa Bay.
It's Tampa
Sorry.
Bay. Right, it is, right, Ken? But now, all right, I'm going to ask Ken this one right here. Peyton Barber, Jordan Howard.
Barber.
Yep, I'm going Barber there.
I am going Barber against
Absolutely.
Howard.
I'm done with
Yes.
Jordan Howard. I'm going Peyton Barber there. I'm getting Peyton Barber in my lineup there.
Yeah.
Peyton Barber or Lamar Miller? What do you think of that?
Who's Lamar Miller play?
Lamar Miller, they are playing Washington, who is good run defense. Very good run defense. You're going Barber there? What are you doing?
I think I go Barber there too.
Really?
He's going to score this week.
I think Barber's going to score this week, too. I do. Barber's had a couple of good weeks this year.
That's a coin toss, though.
It's a coin toss. I agree. And Lamar Miller's facing a good run defense. Washington's got a really good run defense. But yeah, I think I'm going Barber there too. Yeah, I could actually, if I might pick up Barber in another league. Would you start Barber over Adrian Peterson, who's on the opposite team? Adrian Peterson against Houston. No, Adrian Peterson there. Okay, Adrian Peterson there from Ken. What do you think of that?
That's a coin toss too, because Adrian Peterson's been all over the place.
Yeah, but he's getting the ball.
Yeah, I think
He's definitely getting the ball.
Adrian Peterson.
All right, you go Adrian Peterson there. Okay.
I feel like I trust Peterson more.
You trust Peterson more?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
Even
we're
though it's
saying
huge.
Barber. We're saying Peterson in this order. Peterson 1. Barber, Miller kind of tied it to Howard, distant 3. Like definitely over Howard.
Yes.
All right. There you go.
Peterson over Howard.
As you start
as well.
sit. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Howard's dead to me. As much as I can get Howard out of my lineups this week, I'm getting him out of my lineups
Dion
this
Lewis
week.
over Howard.
Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I know Dion Lewis didn't have a big week this week. I'm not shying off of it. I want Dion Lewis in my lineups. I'm actually getting on board Tennessee's offense now. They're playing better. They're playing a lot better. They're in Indianapolis. Indianapolis is not a great defense.
Derrick
Should be a good game.
Henry's getting some carries.
Derrick
now,
Henry,
too.
he's the same as Jordan Howard, though. He's all touchdown.
Right.
If he doesn't score a touchdown, he's worthless. But if he scores a touchdown, he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw him a lot in last week's game.
Oh, sure did. Yeah.
I didn't like it. I'm like, where's Dion Lewis?
Yeah. I want Lewis. I want Lewis in my lineups as much as I can get him. So there you go. And now, to end our show this week, as I change my settings on my keyboard, this is a bit of a sad one. This hurts.
This really does.
This one hurts because, we joke about this, but ladies and gentlemen, dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to bury one of our favorite players of the year, one of our favorite names to say of the year. We're here to bury Cooper Kupp. Say the name, Chris.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
I can't.
Ah, Cooper Kupp. We love you. We just do. Torn ACL late in the fourth quarter. Out for the season. After he avoids a season-ending injury a couple weeks ago. And we had him back, and we thought, here he is. He's back. But he's gone. We hardly knew you, Cooper Kupp. May your fantasy season and your NFL season rest in peace.
I'm legitimately crying.
No, I know that. I'm sad. I am sad about it.
That's so sad,
I
man.
am. I hate when we joke a lot about this, but I'm a Cooper Kupp fan. He's very quietly was putting together a top 15 wide receiver year before he got hurt. On average points, he was definitely top 15, and out for the year. And like we said, not just for him. I wish him well. He'll be back. He's got a long career ahead of him, but just from a fantasy standpoint, you lose one of those top receivers, you're screwed.
I don't want to talk about it.
You're screwed.
Will
You
he
lose
be back
Cooper
at the
Kupp?
beginning of next
Yeah, probably.
year?
Unless it's a double. If it's an MCL and
And
the
the
ACL, then,
right.
like the
Like
thing the Carson Wentz have,
right.
then there's a question mark. But if it's just the ACL, he's back. And,
Poor
we wish him
Cooper
well.
Kupp.
It's sad.
I
That's
don't want to
that-
end
that
the
one.
show like this, Kenny.
Maybe we should go
It's
back to
too
the
sad.
after midnight.
It's
That's
too
when
sad.
That's when we need to end the show. After midnight. After midnight. That'll lift your spirits.
After midnight.
After midnight.
Yeah.
Maybe Josh Reynolds will be there after midnight.
Ooh, or Bruce Ellington.
Bruce Ellington. Yeah, I think Josh Reynolds will be there after midnight.
No, I don't think so either.
Well, and there you go, folks. There's our edition. A little bit of an offbeat edition of our Vegas Fantasy this week.
Last week we were all smiles and happy with Bucky Hurd here. Thanks again to Bucky Hurd.
Yeah, thank you to Bucky Hurd. Thank you, obviously, also to Mark Chinook and the space where we record every Tuesday. Thank you to Ken Bolke.
Thanks,
Who
Ken.
does such great work with the Vegas Golden Knights as well. And we'll be back next week, and hopefully I can build on my 18-6.
I hope you can too.
I'm not going 18-6 this week. I'll tell you right now.
I'm rooting for you, Kenny.
I'd
I'm
like to
rooting
see
for
it.
you.
I'll be happy if I can get 16 wins this week. I'll be happy, but we'll see. I don't think so. But for I'm Kenny Davidsen.
And I'm Christina Shaw.
We'll see you next time on Our Vegas Fantasy.
Bye.